Hey everyone, I'm back with another underrated actors webisode. This is the show where I feature some of my favorite and your favorite underrated actors. So, this is my second installment and I'm really excited to dedicate this webisode to Mr. Macaulay Culkin. That's right, Macaulay Culkin. So I know you think, Trish, underrated actors are supposed to be actors who don't get enough credit for being great actors. Well, the thing is Macaulay Culkin is a great actor. Yes, I'm sure most of you know him from Home Alone and Richie Rich, which are all great movies. Oh my god, and Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck's so funny. And granted, as a kid, you think, oh, they're just kids, like they don't even know how to act. But the thing is, it's probably really difficult to act as a kid. It's really difficult for me to act as an adult. When I go out on auditions, I get really nervous and I overthink things, and you know, to do that as a child, it would be so crazy and so intense to have to memorize things and know your marks and lines and interact and put on emotions, and I think that takes talent, even though I never really thought of it that way. I never thought like, oh, that's a talented actor there in Richie Rich, right? You don't think that. But here's the thing. We all loved him as a child and he was great and he was wonderful, but the thing is I recently saw him in this movie called Party Monster, which totally sold me as being the most underrated actor I think of all time. And I can say that even though this is my only second episode, it has to be one of the most underrated actors ever. I think as child stars, they get kind of a bad rap, right? You see kids grow up like Todd Bridges, Gary Coleman, rest his soul, and just so many other, you know, Danny Bonaducci. Kids kind of go off the deep end or the wrong way and they can't really fully emerge into their full acting potential. Now, Macaulay Culkin kind of disappeared for a little while. He kind of got married at 17 and then had a fling with Mila Kunis and the whole Michael Jackson thing. And I think that kind of blinded people a little bit from what he was actually doing, which was putting out good movies. There was this other movie I watched the other day called Saved, and it stars Mandy Moore, and it's not particularly the best movie, like it's not the best writing and not necessarily the best directing and all that stuff like that, but the thing that really sold me on this was Macaulay Culkin. I thought his character, he really sold. Now let's go back to Party Monster real quick, because Party Monster is the movie where I was just like, oh my gosh. So Macaulay Culkin plays Michael, which is a party kid in the 90s, and I honestly didn't know about this whole club kid thing back then. So I was kind of unfamiliar with it. I was unfamiliar with the story about it, and you know, all the drugs and partying and stuff, and basically Michael was this killer and he took all these drugs and he was a club kid, and it's just a really good movie and it's really intense, very intense role, and Macaulay Culkin, you just would think was this guy. He made you feel uncomfortable, he made you hate him, he made you love him, and made you want to know more about him, which essentially was the character he was playing. I found myself Googling Michael, trying to figure out his past, his history, what made him the way he was. In a way, he was great and eccentric and wonderful and stood for all things diverse, and then on the other hand, he's this monster. I mean, it's called Party Monster. I mean, he's cold-blooded, he's a little crazy, but you don't know where it's coming from, and the whole time, you don't see Macaulay Culkin, you see this really, really three-dimensional character, which is a real person, and it really, really just sinks. And there's a lot of other great actors in this movie, Ramon Valderrama, just really, really great people in it, but like I said, Macaulay Culkin totally stole the show with this, and it just made me really want to give props to Macaulay Culkin. So then it led me to imdbing Mr. Culkin, and oh my gosh, he has been doing some really amazing things, a lot of different independent films, and I just really encourage you guys to check him out now. So if you loved Macaulay Culkin back then and think he was great in all those movies, which he was, I think you'll really like him now. And aside from all the tabloid junk about him being on drugs, looking skinny, whatever, you know, that's his personal life. As an actor, I'm saying he is great and he should be much more appreciated and highly acclaimed, and I hope he can get into that status that he once was as a child. Maybe that's not what he wants, but I think he deserves to get more recognition and more bigger parts and better parts and meatier parts, and I think he can just really expand and go crazy. Personally, I would love to see him play a female. Yes, I think he would be great as a female. I think he can just kind of do anything and everything, and I give you props, Macaulay Culkin. So this week, underrated actor goes to Macaulay Culkin. Hollywood, please put him in more stuff. I know I want to see him. I'm sure you guys want to see him. And as always, please leave it in the comments below which underrated actor you guys want. Last week, you guys told me about Billy Zane, and I checked him out, and oh my gosh, he is great. I still gotta watch a few more videos to see if he deserves to be underrated actor of the week, but I think he pretty much will be my underrated actor next week. Anyways, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are my Trishies Fishies for life, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.